Mo, you ever looked at a phone plan and was like, all right, this is a reasonable price, whatever. I think I can afford this. And then the month passes, you get your bill, and there's 10,000 hidden fees, and it's triple of what you thought the actual price was going to be.
Happens all the time.
And you just feel duped.
Absolutely.
But I found someone that doesn't do that. Boost Mobile, you pay $25 a month forever, unlimited talk, text, data, $25. There will be no price hikes or anything that's hidden, no contract. This is what happens forever.
Forever. With Boost Mobile, you also pay $25 a month forever. That's unlimited talk, text, and data starting at just $25 a month. No price hikes, Rory. No contracts. Forever.
5G speeds not available in all areas. After 30 GB, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Unlimited plan. On our way to the studio today, Kid Cudi testified in the P. Diddy trial.
He bit the cheese. Was it cheddar? Extra sharp?
Stop.
Cracker Barrel? What? I love Cracker Barrel. Extra sharp. Baby D on the Big Mac?
Are we now going to call Kid Cudi a snitch?
He's a rat.
No, he's not.
He's a rat.
He's a tax-paying citizen who had a crime committed.
He ratted. He snitched. He snitched on the P. Diddy case, man.
Nah. He's a tax-paying citizen that's snitching on somebody that deserves some jail time. But this morning, yeah, so we got, of course, there's no cameras in New York City trials, but Kid Cudi says he and Cassie dated in 2011 after she and Diddy have been having some problems. He testified that Cassie called him earlier in the morning, scared, saying Diddy had found out about them. Kid Cudi picked up Cassie, and shortly after, his house was broken into, gifts were open, his dog was locked in the bathroom, and security cameras had been moved. His dogs became jittery after the break-in, and he testified that Diddy told him over the phone, "I'm over here waiting for you." Diddy snitched on himself. Later, Kid Cudi's dog babysitter called to say his Porsche was on fire. Cudi says the fire was caused by a Molotov cocktail thrown into the car. He identified the damage in court photos. He told the court that he believed Diddy was responsible for both the break-in and the car bombing, mainly because Diddy called and said, "Hey, I'm responsible for this."
See, that last line, he told the court he believed Diddy. That means the court didn't know if Diddy did it or not.
Okay. Mo,
that's biting the cheese, man.
I know you wouldn't do a podcast with a rat. If Diddy broke into my house and lit my mother's Mazda on fire and I went to court, which I absolutely would, and say, Your Honor, P. Diddy broke into my house, locked bays in a bathroom, and then lit a Mazda on fire. Are you going to continue to do the pod with me? Because I'm going to tell the courts that.
Absolutely not.
Like, without question. I'm going in, Your Honor, here's my security footage.
I mean, listen, it's the rat cast already, man. So fucking get your shit off, man. It is what it is.
And we have Kid Cudi actually hanging up on our bathroom doors.
Kid Cudi is hanging up on the bathroom doors.
We've been ahead of this.
Cudi, we're taking your photos down. I'm letting you know. Well, I'll take your photos down. He bit the cheese, man. No, but all jokes aside, I mean, I think he had to testify. He was subpoenaed, right?
Yeah. But I mean, even if you're subpoenaed, you can plead the fifth. But I'm curious, I'm not part of lawyer Twitter. So I don't really know the prosecution strategy. What's wrong, Demaris?
Nothing. Go ahead. Just plead the fifth. You can't plead the fifth on shit that, I guess, but you can't plead the fifth on shit that wouldn't incriminate you. That's to keep yourself from being incriminated.
Well, that's the rule of the fifth, but you can just plead the fifth. You don't have to speak based off counsel. I plead the fifth.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
He says his dog became jittery and on it. Your dog was jittery before that break-in.
I think it's a good move.
Your dog has separation anxiety. Every time you leave the house, your dog's shaking like a leaf. Puppies, bays gets shaky every time you leave the house.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But I mean, this is a good move because regardless of what happens with this trial, there will be a civil suit no matter what. And Cudi is getting ahead of that to say that he was affected by this and he is entitled to some compensation or at least some dog treats for the dog to help with the anxiety or dog therapist. I don't know. But I see what Cudi's trying to do because no matter what, there will be a civil suit and people will be getting money regardless of the criminal shit. But
he's trying to get that farmer's dog sponsorship.
So are we. Don't say it.
Farmer's dog.
Again, I'm not sure what the prosecution is doing at this moment because it feels like everyone they bring up is not speaking to anything that Puff is actually charged for. So I guess they're maybe taking these first few weeks to just paint Puff's character of who he is. But from what I've seen, there hasn't been anything that points directly to the charges, I feel like. But again, I know nothing about legality, and I'm sure the state of New York has a good strategy and knows what they're doing. But yeah, I guess this is just trying to paint Diddy as an awful human being.
What do you feel about the trial so far, though? Do you feel like there's absolutely no way Puff can walk away from this? Do you feel like he absolutely will walk away from this?
I don't know. If the prosecution continues to go this angle of just bringing in people that are making Puff, rightfully so, look insane, controlling, a monster, added like a danger to society, no, because that's not what he's charged for. Like you and I both have said, based off just the footage in that hotel room, we think Puff needs to sit down, but that's not what he's charged for. So when you're asking about the case, they got to start bringing in some witnesses that can provide some real fucking evidence to what he's charged for. But I guess maybe they're just trying to get the jury in the beginning to see that this guy was out of control and that Cassie, even though she was giving consent in certain things, was in a position that she could not leave. Look at what this guy would do if you even spoke to her. Cassie had no way to leave him at this point based off the environment that he created. I don't know if that's going to then pivot to here's why it's a RICO sex trafficking case.
I think, but the RICO is so, because there are things in the RICO, I think, that if they prove, like, I think arson is one of them. I think intimidation is one of them.
Okay.
You know, so it's a lot of those little nuances inside of a RICO case that I think that they are absolutely proven to be true right now.
And I mean, I was always very confused at the one-man RICO thing, but I guess they're trying to say like his staff was complicit to this because they were booking certain stuff and involved in it. And I guess it was funded by his business, but I don't know if that makes his business a criminal enterprise just because he used the staff. But I could be wrong. Again, I don't know what that would be, but I've never even seen a one-man RICO before.
Yeah.
So,
crazy.
And usually within the RICO, other people are charged within it. Like even when Gotti was doing the RICO, there was co-defendants of why this was a crime syndicate and what they were doing here and there. Like to just have one person, I don't know. But again, I don't know shit. So yeah, if there is like arson and stuff like that, yeah, it could definitely be part of a RICO, and that's proven here. And I mean, I know he's joking about the rat thing, but you know, Cudi was privy to the abuse Cassie was going through and how crazy he is. Like, yeah, stick up for your friend. Yeah, go tell what the fuck was going on and what he was doing with somebody, because Cudi didn't even beat, right? It was just friends.
I hope he did.
Imagine your car getting blown up and you didn't beat. I would be so mad.
That's what I'm saying.
And again, I don't want to joke about the abuse shit, but like, have you ever been approached by a dude about his girl and you didn't beat, and you're like, no, like, please, you're misleading your energy right now. Like somebody trying to fight you, approach you when you're not even like, no, I'm not fucking your girl.
No, I've never been approached, but I found out why some dude didn't like me like years later, and it was because he thought that I had been with this girl, and I was like, first of all, I never even had a conversation with your girl, let alone had sex with her. Like, and that was the whole reason why, like, it was always like weird energy whenever like you was in the room. Like,
yeah,
you thought, why not ask me? Like,
you must have been her type.
Okay.
You should have went and fucked after.
She wasn't my type.
Ooh.
But what if maybe she, or he saw like in her phone, maybe like, you know, some extra likes on your page, or like maybe he just had an idea that she liked you and that's why he disliked you.
Cool. That sounds like you and your lady need to have a conversation.
It sounds like you and your insecurities need to have
like, why are you?
Mirror, but yeah.
Yeah, like that's just, no. So yeah, I've never been approached. I'm past the being approached age limit at this point in my life. Like, nobody's approaching me about allegedly sleeping with their woman at this point.
Demaris, how would you feel if your girl had a history with Maul, or like was a little too thirsty in comments 5 years ago towards Maul? I don't know if I'd like it either.
I'd be turned off.
But like, we don't know Maul. This is like, we're not on a podcast with him. Just, you know, we know of him. Like we see him get busy on the mic.
Oh, okay. I feel like I would still feel the same way. Like, why are you being thirsty? Being thirsty to a man is crazy. You all in his likes, like commenting under his shit, and he don't know you. That's
all right. But what if she likes his pod like a little too much? Like no flirting, nothing, but like just be laughing a little too hard, or like even be tweeting about like certain moments of the show and be like, "Yo, Maul," crying emojis. Not flirting, just a fan of the show. Yeah, I don't know how to feel.
I'm cool.
Yeah,
cool.
It's weird how that works. That's a lot of self-hate too. Like, I would hate if my girl liked me. I
tell people all the time, like, people be like, yo, I listen to the pod, automatic. How you like us? We unlikable as fuck. Like,
You're not my type if you like us.
like we don't talk about nothing but bullshit on this podcast all day.
You're not a suitable partner if you like the new Rory Maul podcast.
Which is not true. That's not true. We're joking.
It's kind of true.
No, we're joking, everybody. We appreciate the support. Please don't stop listening to us.
I am joking.
But yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Nah, I don't like my, like, I like
I
you
don't
to
like my girl having hobbies or even liking shit. That's kind of weird.
Nah, like, listen to something motivational, like something, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you care about hip hop?
Like,
why you care about hip hop is crazy.
like, listen, I think Lucky Day is a classic too, but like you always playing it.
Yeah.
Which one of your girls? Never mind.
That sound like a real conversation.
Yeah.
That sound like
stop,
you see. You let people tell jokes long enough. Somebody gonna say something that's gonna land a little real. Like, well, hold up, that felt a little personal. That didn't feel like a freestyle. That was a written.
Maul, I took a woman who I was in a full blown relationship with that loved Kid Cudi to go see him at Radio City and hung with him. I do not have any insecurity of a girl liking Lucky Day.
Yo, you hung out with him knowing that she was drooling, looking through his fucking drawers the whole time. Like she had x-ray vision looking at that nigga dick sitting next to you and you hung with them? That's wow. You
or she just loved Man on the Moon. Like she could have just loved Man on the Moon. Like
maybe she just likes music.
Yeah.
You said that she really liked him.
Lucky Day has 3 amazing projects.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that. But if she was like, hypothetically, like thirsty about Cudi or like, you know, I saw maybe in the past when we weren't together that she was throwing wild heart eye emojis or like a DM or something, then I'd be like, nah, we're not going to that fucking show. I'm cool with that. Peach asked, what if Lucky Day saved her? Oh, I see what Pete...
Who Kid Cudi saved somebody's life in high school?
Everybody that's like 34, Cudi saved their life in high school.
That is true.
Or no, probably like 28. Because I was in college when Cudi came up. Yeah, 28-year-olds, like, there'd be no 28-year-olds. They all would have killed themselves if Cudi didn't exist.
The whole generation gone.
They're literally, we would not know one 28-year-old.
Yeah.
It would just go 27 to 29, and that's it. There'd be no Pete Davidson, nothing.
Just stupid.
Oh, my God.
But yeah, Cudi has that story for a lot of people.
This trial is interesting, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the more I kind of like, you know, read up on it and see what's going on and listen to things, I'm just like, man, I don't know. As somebody on the jury, like, what do you think that their stance is? Like, what are they talking about? Like, are they a little like confused? Are they a little like, you know, indecisive? You think they're still indecisive, or you think they're like leaning more towards like, nah, this dude is definitely guilty of all this shit?
I think they think he's an insane person, but I think they're sitting there waiting for like, all right, when are we going to get to the reason we're here? Like, when is something going to be trafficked?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, yeah, I guess hiring a male prostitute consensually is illegal, but is that a sex trafficking RICO? Like, if you're flying like plane loads of prostitutes across the country for a wild sex, then I guess maybe that would be, but
it don't have to be.
But if I go to Backpage and just hire a prostitute, I get that's technically sex trafficking, this and that, but not to the degree that the fucking state and feds would do this. They have to have more info that we don't know. They have to just be setting this up.
That's what I keep
for
saying.
Some bombshell. Like, there's no way.
It's something that they still holding that big joker somewhere.
Because of course we already know that prosecutors and court always try to get the celebrities, and you know that's how they move up in the ranks, attention, this and that. But there's no way they would do all this knowing that they could potentially completely lose this trial. Because then you're never going to have a career again.
Yeah.
So they have to have some. There's no fucking way.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I think that, you know, it's moving pretty quickly. I will say that. I feel like this trial is, once it started, it didn't slow down at all.
Yeah.
Every day is something new. Steam picks up. What's her name? Aubrey, did she take the stand? I know they said that she was, and then I heard that maybe she's not going to.
No, I don't think she's taking the stand.